Well Ken, it's that time of the week again. Time to see who knobbed who in this dumbass American fantasy football contest. Don't these bloody Yanks play real football?
Only girls play soccer, Ken, but let's get to the scores.
Well, no need to sugarcoat things. Let's start at the bottom, shall we?
Good idea, Ken. All alone and winless at 0-3 is Georgia, who lost another heartbreaker by 34 to some type of cats from Florida.
In Georgia's defense, it must suck having to share a computer at the senior center in order to set your team for Sundays.
Indeed, Ken.
Let's leave this game and go to the high scorer of the week.
Yes, Ken, the Kathleen Killer Clown Outlaws dropped a 192 on Scott.
Proving that life does mimic fantasy. Wasn't that the score of the Georgia Tech vs NC State game on Saturday?
I don't think Tech scored as many as these jackets, but the points allowed are close.
In our revenge category, the Ruckus slipped by the commissioner to avenge a late season loss fueled by Antonio Bryant's last game. Looks like there were too many points to adjust this one into a win, Ken.
Indeed, I pity whoever plays the commissioner this week, because he will pull out all the stops to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Next, we have the jet-setting Kelly versus the dog groomer from New York.
This was an interesting matchup from the beginning, Ken. I thought Kelly was going to pull through late on this one, but as she sat in some remote airport watching on her laptop, defeat was served to her like a concession stand hot dog, cold and indifferent.
And last, and most certainly least, we have the Speed vs Yanks matchup. Oh please, just shoot me.
I don't know how Budnick blew this one, Ken, but somehow he let Speed out of the garage just long enough to salvage his first win of the season.
Well Ken, I think that about wraps it up. Stanley is alone at the top of his division, and Mike is all alone in his.